really nice to have you here today, and I have a lot of questions, and I'm pretty sure our viewers will be excited to learn more about endometriosis and living with it from a person who goes through all this.
Yeah.
So let's start from the very beginning. How did you first learn you have it, and what was your reaction? Was there a lot of information available? So what were those few moments?
So my story dates back like quite a long time before I actually got diagnosed. So I would like go to the doctors and complain about period pain that I had when I didn't even have a period. Like that's how I would describe it. And I just got brushed off. I ended up like menstruating for 6 weeks in total straight. Yeah, and I just had enough. So I like marched into the doctor's office and pretty much got a little bit like not rude, but I was really stern because I was like, this is not normal and I'm not leaving here until you help me. So then they passed me on to a gynecologist. Yeah, I got referred to a gynecologist, and I think that was around when I was 18, 19, but complaining about the period pain when I didn't have my period dated back to probably like 14, 15. So it took however many, 4 or 5 years in total until I got properly listened to. And then yeah, at the gynecologist appointment, she just said, it sounds like you've got endometriosis. We can perform surgery on you to confirm. Here's a pamphlet on it, and here's a pamphlet on the marina. We'll book you in, and that was absolutely it. So I then had to go home and do my own research on it. So after I did get diagnosed and I got told that I had endo, I like cried because I had no idea what it was. Like it seemed, I don't know, like it's just such a big, long, scary word that it really freaked me out, and I'd never heard of it before. Like, I think it took my mum a year in total to be able to say the word properly because we'd just never heard of it. So it was really scary being diagnosed with something I'd never heard of. But yeah, so that was kind of like my diagnosis experience.
But what's wrong with it? I mean, 1 of 10 girls around the world have it, and why do doctors still struggle to diagnose us with it? And like, what is it like an official disease or what?
It is, and I think that the problem, and I don't know, people may disagree with me on this one, but like I do genuinely believe that it's because it's like a vagina problem. Like it's something that females only suffer with, and because like periods are like a taboo subject, you know, like at high school, if you pull a tampon out, it's really secretive. You can't talk about it openly, and I think for that reason it's not discussed because it makes people feel uncomfortable because it does involve your period, and I think that that's why it's like quite a hush-hush topic. And then I also think that some medical professionals think that they, I don't know, it's kind of a touchy subject, but I think that they feel like they're above learning about that kind of thing too sometimes, and they just push it as something like it's just your period. You can't be, I don't know, I don't like to get too much into it because I feel like I'd start to offend people on that one, but yeah, pretty much I think that it's because it's like a vaginal issue.
So do you find a lot of support from girls who suffer from endometriosis as well, maybe online, or do you know a lot of girls around here in town?
Like I said at the start, I didn't know anyone. I like freaked out about it. One of my actual best friends ends up having it too, so her and I get to talk about it quite a lot. And then since starting the blog, like it's just been an influx of people who either have it, or like me talking about it has made them think, oh wait, like maybe I have that too, and it's pushed them to go and get a diagnosis. So yeah, before the blog, no one at all except for my best friend, and then now like so many people. Yeah.
And when did you decide to start your blog, and what was maybe the starting point? How did you get this idea that I need to share that?
I got given a month off work over the summer holidays, so I had a month. The first week it was really cool, and then I got really bored, and I was just sitting there, and my partner was at work, and I was like, stuff it, I'm just gonna write a blog, and because I've always loved writing, and so I started writing this blog, and it was like a little bit secret because I didn't share it anywhere. And then once it started getting a tiny bit of momentum on its own, I was like, I need to make social media pages so that people know what I'm writing. Like, how was anyone meant to find out about it? And then that's when I made the Instagram page, and then I was just really scared to make a Facebook because I was like, if it fails then people know and it's going to be me and it's embarrassing. So then the Facebook page didn't come till way later. But yeah, the blog just started from me being bored and knowing that when I was researching information, there wasn't much out there, and there wasn't much of like a personal experience that made me feel normal. And yeah, so that's kind of where it came from.
Yeah, but at the same time, you have a full-time job. Almost a full-time.
Yeah.
And you have your own shop, and juggling all that, how much time does the blog take in your life, and how do you manage to have everything in place, like all that stuff?
It can change, so it depends on like how many messages I have to reply to, how many emails, if I feel like writing a blog, how much like social media content I want to push out, what online purchases have been made. So it can stem anywhere from like 10 to 20 hours a week. But I'm lucky that like it's something that I enjoy doing, so it doesn't feel like a drag to me or like another job or anything. It's just like a hobby. It started as a hobby and it still is kind of like a hobby. But last year was quite difficult because I was working full-time, studying full-time, and doing the blog, and then trying to have a social life, and I've never been that tired or that stressed out in my whole entire life. So I put the studying like on the back burner, which I'll go back, like I'll start doing that maybe at the end of the year again. I don't know, it was just way too much to handle. But yeah, so now I've found like a better way to juggle it without the studying too.
And with your Instagram growing all the time and your blog getting noticed, do you think of yourself as an influencer, like
No.
a spokesperson for something?
Yeah, I don't see. It depends on like I think of influencer in a way that I influence people's knowledge, but like I don't like to think of it being an influencer, especially because of how the name influencer is getting thrown around now. Like people aren't into it anymore. But no, it sounds stupid, but I'm just me, and then people like it so they follow me. Like I don't really think of it as anything, but then I feel really touched when people say that like I am like a spokesperson for it and stuff. So yeah. Just me.
And did you ever think about how different your life could be if you didn't have endometriosis? Do you think you would succeed in some areas more, or maybe vice versa, it pushes you further in some way?
110%. Like I'm like the hugest believer in everything happens for a reason, and I definitely think that like I was given endometriosis to do what I'm doing now, but like it's taught me so much strength. Like I didn't even know how strong I was as like a person and how hard I can persevere. So yeah, I'm not happy that I've got it, but I'm also super thankful because I do think that it's made me into the person that I am now, and it's given me so many opportunities, and like I've gotten to meet heaps of people from it, taught me a lot about myself, and it's also made me super empathetic, which I'm like really grateful for. So yeah, it's definitely, like I said, I'm not happy that I've got it, but I'm also not happy that I don't have it. Yeah, and probably one of the things that it gave you is your shop, and it's like an extra source of income. Exactly.
And what are the plans, and what do you have in store now? Maybe tell a little more about it.
Yeah, so I've got the heat belts, I've got 2 different t-shirt designs, and we're like working on a couple more at the moment, which are both going to be focused towards like endo awareness, but then I want to take it down the path of like just like women empowerment as well, so we'll do both. And then I'm working with Aura aromatherapy at the moment. I'm getting some essential oil blends, and then like next week I think it is to put up on the site, and then we're going to try and work towards doing like a specific endo blend that helps with like really bad cramps and everything, so that's exciting. And then I just want to start getting back into writing again, because at the end of last year when I was studying, I just didn't have the time to do that, and then I've created like a real bad habit of not completing them. So I need to start doing that. And then I've looked into doing ebooks and stuff, so we're just going to see what happens. I honestly, they just come from the, like, I'll just be in bed bored and I'm like, I'm going to do that. And that's how it happens. Like I'm so useless, there's like no planning in it at all.
No, sometimes you just need to wait for the right moment.
Totally.
Yeah. And you mentioned that you're doing some special Aura
aromatherapy. Yeah.
Yes. I've also noticed that you collaborated with Libby from Ypsilon here.
Yeah.
And do you think that working more with local businesses is something you're moving towards with your shop and your blog and just the way you feel yourself in life? And are there some more interesting partnerships coming soon?
I don't have anything like in the works yet. However, like working with people like Libby is so super important to me. Like she's just such an amazing person, and she does a lot for the endo community too. So working with local community companies is of importance to me, but it's also what they stand for that's more important to me. And like I would love to work directly with endo companies and everything, but that's obviously not possible because it's not as common. But yeah, working with companies that have like, I don't know, just good bones, you know, and they're like good people and everything. That's what's important to me. Yeah, and so we don't have anything in the works at the moment, but like I said, I'll probably get bored tonight and then come up with something.
At the beginning, because when you don't know yet whether you can share that or not, and you don't know any other people in the area, it can really drag you into dark places mentally. I mean, how do you deal with the emotional parts of having endopains?
It's really hard. Like, I think that being surrounded by good people is like a huge thing, and because sometimes you don't even notice within yourself that you're falling down and you're getting like really low mentally, so being around people that can recognize it and help uplift you if you haven't noticed. Also just being super aware, like I can kind of tell when I'm taking myself downwards mentally, like with dealing with the pain and everything. So I just kind of talk to myself in my head, and it doesn't work for everyone, but for me, I just tell myself to get over it. It's fine. Life happens, and it will be okay. But then in saying that, if I'm having a bad day and I can't get over it, I just let it happen. Like, emotion is acceptable and it should be felt. It's just like, you've got to know to get yourself out of it. Like, take the time you need to feel down, sad, whatever, but just make sure that you get back up from it. Yeah.
And can you give maybe some advice from your experience? What really works for you? What can ease the pain? Some, I don't know, 3 best things that really help.
Oh, the 3 best things.
Your belts, probably?
Yeah, my belt, they're good. I like to use them more when I'm out and about. Like if I'm just at home and I'm just chilling on the couch, I'll still use a wheat bag because there's something about the comfort of like cuddling your like big warm wheat bag. But if I'm like around the house doing chores, going to the supermarket, got to go to work, then I'll use my heat belt. Tea, like it's just comfort, I think, is what gets me through. So like warm cups of tea. My flatmates are really cute too, and they'll like bring me cups of tea in bed when I'm not feeling very well. It's really cute. And then what else? I think like warm baths also, you know, and like, I don't know, put bath salts in it, like some candles, create like a feel good energy area for yourself so that you can super relax. Yeah, so what did I say? Heat belt, tea, baths. Yeah.
Awesome. And everything is around the warmth, so is it something that really eases the pain, having something warm around you?
I think that again comes back to like the comfort thing. Like I think because it just helps you relax, you then aren't so tensed up and your body, your muscles chill out, and then therefore the pain kind of like isn't so intense. That's just my opinion on it though. I don't actually know. Yeah. Yeah.
But if we go away from Endo a little bit, because your life is not only that, so who is Annie outside Endo part? Like, what do you like to do? Where do you go with your friends, maybe around Toronto, or where do you like to travel? Just anything you want to share about yourself.
I'll either be like having coffee or going out for like a little espresso martini. I had a real good one at Hyde the other day actually, down the mount. But I don't know, I'm like the biggest bookworm in the absolute world, so I like reading, but I also like writing, so I'll get bored and like write the start of a book and then hate it and then cancel it. Yeah, but it's like fine because it's just the process of doing it. Other than that, I'm like 23 years old. I go and hang out with my family quite a lot. Like I'm really close with my family. I've got a sister who's a little bit younger than me. She's got a baby boy, so I spend a lot of time with him. Yeah, so I'm super like family orientated. Other than that, I just chill, cruise. Yeah.
Any special plans for this year, like career-wise or personal life-wise? What are you looking for?
I'm hoping, fingers crossed, everyone pray for me, that I can be self-employed by the end of the year. So that'll be absolutely amazing, and then that'll help, like we were discussing before, if I have really bad pain days, I can just stay in bed and work, and that's like really the aim of the game, is to be able to work, not let my pain interfere with my life, still make a sustainable income and be happy whilst doing it. So yeah, hopefully I can be self-employed. I also feel like booking like a spontaneous trip to Bali.
Wow, awesome.
But I might not, I don't know. I just feel like going back. I went like 2 years ago and I loved it. And then just staying happy is like the main focus of the year, really.
It is really important. Yeah, of course. Well, thank you a lot for your time today, and I think it was really useful for many people who will watch this video.
Amazing. Thank you.